and welcome back, Odooers. With Odoo, there are a couple different ways we can check in and out of work using the attendances application. Knowing when our employees are checking in and out is important so we can see who is putting in extra time or maybe not working their full shifts. This helps our HR departments and managers evaluate their teams and perhaps make adjustments where needed. So let's jump into our database to see how easy it is to do with Odoo. Here I am already signed into our database. As long as we have the attendances application installed, users can check into work from the main Odoo dashboard or any application. We just have to use these icons here in the upper right corner of the screen, which always remain on your screen no matter where you are in the database. This dot here tells me my current status. It's currently red, which means I'm not checked in. If I click the red dot and click on check in, just like that, I'm checked in. See how our circle is now green? All the info I need is displayed, including the time I clocked in, as well as this timer tells me how long I've been checked in. It currently says 0 right now since we just checked in, and of course, we now have a checkout button. So when I want to check out, I just click checkout. To close this box, I just click anywhere on the screen. Now, you may be thinking, hey, only users can check into the Odoo database and access it. What about employees who are not Odoo users? Good question. For employees who aren't users, they can check in and out using a kiosk. I'll show you how to set that up now. Here on the attendances application, we have our dashboard. Let's go to the configuration page. First is our modes section, how we check in and out. Under the kiosk mode setting, we can decide how employees and users check in and out using the kiosk. They can go ahead and check in through a barcode and RFID token, manual selection, and both. I'll choose both to give my employees lots of options. In order to allow users to check in and out from the Odoo database, just like we did a moment ago, be sure to enable attendances from back end. Next, we need to set up how our kiosks are going to work. If we select one of the barcode options, we need to pick how our device is scanning them. We can choose from a dedicated barcode scanner, the front camera of your device, or the back camera. I'm going to use the scanner, so let's leave it on scanner. If we selected one of the manual selection options for our kiosk, we have the option to have employees use a PIN number. This adds an extra layer of security when manually checking in, so let's be sure to have that enabled. Next, we can decide how long the welcome and goodbye message appears on the screen when we check in using kiosk mode. For this tutorial, I want this to be 60 seconds. Last, in this section is the attendance kiosk URL. This is the web address you will need to enter into any device's web browser to access kiosk mode. No need to check into Odoo to get your kiosk up and running. Notice how we have a link here to generate a new kiosk mode URL. If your web address was compromised, or we think it was, we can generate this to generate a new URL, keeping our check-in secure. Let's not forget to save all this information. That's all we need to configure our kiosk. So let's see this in action. All I need to do is click on kiosk mode up at the top, and boom, here we are in our new kiosk. Now, remember, we can also access this by pasting in that URL I just showed you in the attendances setting into our web browser. If I want to check in, I can just scan my employee badge with my barcode scanner. Here's my employee badge. Let's activate our scanner here. And just like that, I'm checked in. I'm welcome and presented with my important check-in information. On the screen is the check-in time, date and time. And if I previously checked in that day, which I have, it gives me my previously checked in hours. So let's pretend my workday is over and it's time to check out. What if I forgot my barcode badge? That happens all the time. I'll just click identify manually. And I'm presented with a list of all the employees at our company. This is the same information presented in the employees application. If there are a lot of employees, I can quickly filter by department over on the left. Or I can just type my name up in the search bar. There I am, so let's go ahead and click myself. Now I just need to enter my super secure unique PIN number. and click OK. And just like that, I'm checked out. Now to close out the goodbye screen before it times out, so the next employee doesn't see my personal information, I can click the goodbye to close out the screen and return to the check-in page. Now, there's one more cool thing. See how there is no way to exit out of kiosk mode? I don't see an exit button or a go back to my Odoo main dashboard button anywhere. The only way to get out of kiosk mode is to click the back button in our web browser. Oops, look at that. Our session has expired. What? For some reason, we are kicked out of the database and we are back at our sign-in screen. Don't panic, though. This is actually a security feature. We typically enter kiosk mode on devices that all employees have access to, not just users, and we need to keep our company data secure. Now, let's recap. Employees who are not Odoo users can only check into the Attendances application using a device in kiosk mode. Users can check into the Attendances application using a device in kiosk mode and anywhere in the Odoo database. Kind of like the whole squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares things. Well, that does it for this tutorial on checking in and out of work with the Attendances application. Don't forget to check out our other Attendances tutorials. Thank you for watching, and remember, never skip your lunch break.